Welcome to today's episode. Ooh, my delt looks good. Welcome to today's episode of Pain with Me. So, we're just continuing on. 1 second. We're just continuing on with this painting, chugging along. And I think today I'll try to build in more of those medium tones. How are you doing today? How is your creative flow feeling? Is it overflowing? Or perhaps a bit slower today? No right or wrong answer, just the honest answer. All you can ask of yourself, right? Just to be honest with what is and release expectations that feel heavy, that you don't want to keep carrying with you. I find that oftentimes when I'm in a funk, I step back and I realize it's like me. It's a way that I've been seeing things that is the cause of most of my suffering. That's not an easy thing to do, to take accountability for the ways that you're making your own life more difficult. Which is very human of us, I suppose. And those parts of us, the parts of us that don't want it to be our fault or feel blindsided by things that deep down we knew were coming. Those parts of us are human and they are also parts of us, and so deserving of love and acceptance. Just like all parts of ourselves. I feel like I'm moving a little bit slower as of this moment. Just allowing that to be. So if I make less progress on this painting than I wanted to, so be it. That's just how it is sometimes. Always a good reminder to breathe. Always a good thing to take a moment and check in with your breath at any given moment. that's been a good rule of thumb for me that has served me well thus far. Never a bad time to check in with my breath. How are you doing today? You know, that's what I feel curious about in this moment as I'm painting. I'm like, dear person who is watching this, how are you doing today? Maybe you are having a great day and you really enjoyed yourself today. You found yourself really present throughout the day, and it was a day filled with joy and love, and now you're curled up in your bed with me. No inappropriate joke intended. Or maybe, you know, it wasn't such a good day. It was maybe a tough one and you're feeling a bit heavy. But you know, that happens, of course. And it's not any kind of reflection at all of your worthiness. But rather just an example of how life goes, you know, ups and downs. Just gotta roll with it sometimes. You know, roll with the flow, go with the flow. Let whatever happens happen without getting too caught up about it. Especially when things don't go your way, which happens all the time. And then later on you look back and you're like, wow, I couldn't have ever envisioned it going this way, because the way that it's going now is so incredible, because God had this plan for me that I couldn't see back when I was getting so caught up in how things weren't going my way, until now things didn't go my way, but they're better than I could have ever imagined. You know, like if things went exactly the way that I wanted them to, 100% of the time, I wouldn't be here painting in this space, at this point of my creative practice. And you know, even after everything, I'm grateful grateful to be where I am. And I hope that you are too, especially if you're at a point where it feels dark and heavy and you kind of don't know what any of the point of any of all this is. You don't know, maybe you don't even know if you should keep on going. But you know, it's okay to stop and take breaks. And not have to push so hard all the time. Hopefully, things shift soon and you are grounded in that ever-changing, ever-flowing nature of life. This painting is turning a lot more red than I initially thought it would, but I think it's also related to the fact that my tube of yellow paint, there's something wrong with the cap, so it's kind of drying out on the inside. Maybe I'll go pick up another tube. The shop where I buy my painting supplies, it's like this tiny little shop. And it's nice. The owners know who I am. They know my face at least. And sometimes I show them what I've been painting. I try to give my business to other people versus corporations when it's possible. Like, I try my best to. Not gonna be too hard on myself over anything really. That's just not the way to go, at least not for me anymore. You know, trusting that I'm trying my best. Trusting myself. Because trusting yourself is what really helps build that foundation for confidence, right? Which is pretty much the best way that you can relate to yourself is with confidence. You know, instead of doubting or questioning yourself, putting yourself down. It's like believing in yourself, being on your own side about things. Even though, of course, it's part of life to lose touch with that confidence and find your way back to grounding in it. to remind myself to breathe. Feels good to breathe deeply. Definitely the middle of a painting is like the most challenging part, where it just feels all mucky and I don't know exactly. It's like there's a lot of decisions to be made in the middle of a painting. And it gets messy. And you don't always know where it is you're going. And so I find that for me at least, I often give up on creative projects when they're in the messy middle, which is not a bad thing, because there is no such thing as good or bad in life, you know. It's all part of the same material. We're all made of the same thing in the end. We're all made of matter. So it's all the same in the end. Sometimes it can feel so not that. Which is very human of us. We all deserve so much love. Especially when we feel like we don't. Like the parts of ourselves that feel sticky and undesirable sometimes. They're the ones who need love, perhaps the most. The cap is busted. Ugh. You've seen me open it with my teeth. I do that sometimes. Ugh. This sticky paint. Okay. last night. I don't remember what it was about, but it's like surfacing to me just like a little bit in this moment as I'm painting. It's like, you ever get that? Like little glimmers of a dream, or like the feeling of a dream, but not like it's dreams feel like water to me. It's like every time you try to grab a hold onto it, it dissolves into thin air, like water evaporating or falling through your fingers. But it's like if you lie very still and just let the dream come to you, then sometimes you remember. Sometimes, not all the time. Definitely takes more energy to hold yourself in that space where there are still so many decisions to make, so many things pending, unresolved, in process. And if you're an artist, you were born to do that. You're born to hold space for the uncertainty. That's just what artists do. That's your superpower. Is to hold the uncertainty within yourself and within your work as it comes together and falls apart and comes together and forever and ever comes together, falls apart, comes together, all of that good stuff. can't imagine it looks good, but I'm just doing without thinking. I can always come back to fix it later. And that's the nice thing about acrylic painting is you can always come back over it. Versus a craft like tattooing, you can't come back and fix it later. Once it's done, it's done. Indeed. I actually used to be a tattoo artist for a little bit. Not for very long. Maybe someday I'll go back and pick it up, but that day is not today. I think I'm just about ready to call it today. Just laying some more paint down where I can. You know, a space with color in it is easier to fill than having nothing there. So just using up all the paint, reduce waste where I can, you know. Okay. I didn't stand up to take a break today, I realized. But here it is. My stopping point for today. You know, it's kind of cool because I thought that I didn't think that it would be possible to put this painting together just because of how complicated it looks. Yeah, this was the reference that I'm going off of, and it looks like it's getting there. You know, you never know until you take the first step. And the next, and the next. So I hope you're taking that to heart. You know, things don't have to be perfect before you get started. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was a pleasure to have your company as I paint. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And I will see you next time.